Group had the privilege of working with the Poway Unified School District and Culver-Newlin in Southern California to create unique furniture solutions for a very unique school, the Design39Campus. As unique and beautiful as the outside of this school is, what is going on inside is even more unique and an excellent example of what can be done to keep learning spaces flexible for collaborative delivery of any curricula. Each classroom has 3 types of furniture from Fleetwood: the Flip and Nest student tables with whiteboard work surfaces, maker's carts that serve as both project work surfaces and storage for student-owned materials, and tech carts designed to be used by both the teachers and the students. There is very little built in, and most classrooms have at least one movable wall. The principal of this innovative school is Sonia Risley, a principal in the district for over 22 years. She generously sat with us to discuss the school, the educational concepts she and her team are using, and the Fleetwood furniture they collaborated with us to develop. And so right now, what grades are represented here?
We have transitional kindergarten, which is they're not quite 5 until December, through 6th grade. Those 6th graders next year will become our 7th graders, and the following year our 8th, and then we'll be a full TK through 8th grade school. The big shift was to go from teaching to facilitator and to asking questions. We use very much the inquiry-based method, where we ask a lot more questions than we tell kids. So the teachers have needed to learn to let go of control, let go of being the person at the front of the room giving curriculum and giving overall ideas. So we do have a frame that we want the kids to work within, but within that frame, children are allowed to make choices on how they are going to learn those things. We have 8 guiding principles, and one of our guiding principles is creative confidence. When we were doing the research as we were opening the school, one of the things that we found is that creativity is educated out of our students. Students, 98% of 5-year-olds believe they are highly creative. By 3rd grade, that's dropped down to about 50%, and by middle school and high school, it's very minimal. People do not believe they're creative by that time. So the creative confidence we know is huge, that we need kids. We know that kids need to, out in the world, be creative and collaborative when they get out into jobs. People don't work in isolation in their businesses. They work together to make things happen. So we're teaching that to our kids, as you could see, at a very young age. So they're creating, they're collaborating. We teach kids very carefully how to collaborate, how to listen to understand, and how to be an effective team member. So as they're growing in through our grade levels, that they'll be much more confident in how they're working with each other and in their creativity. That yes, they are creative and they can stay creative.
How did you decide what things to do with classrooms? That you know some things have to be permanent. How did you keep things not permanent? How did you make those decisions, which then eventually led into the furniture?
Where we could, we asked the architects to leave walls open and the collaboratories that you saw. So there's a lot more spaces for students to use them flexibly in ways that they want. Or even in our classrooms that just have the movable walls, so we can get a large double classroom. Really using those walls and opening up spaces so kids really feel a sense of being able to move anywhere. So we knew we wanted flexible furniture that had more than one use. Everything has to have at least 2 uses. So as you saw, our student tables are tables, and they're whiteboards, and they're presentation tables when they are flipped up, or presentation boards. So, and then the teacher carts are their desk. It's their projector stand. It's where they store things. It's where they play their music from their iPads or present their videos or that type of thing. So it's more than one use as well. And everything is mobile because we're always in motion. We don't want to make people just sit in one place all the time. So that adds to the whole flexibility of our campus and making sure that we're where we need to be rather than making kids just sit where we tell them to sit. And the service from Fleetwood and Culver-Newlin have been absolutely amazing. The best of all the vendors that have worked with us for this project.